Okay. I'm gonna record this one first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, it's good you got good damage early in main. So I'm assuming you called that you hit early damage, so you're pushing. Half your team is like pretty spread out, honestly. It'd be better if you guys took one side, like your heavy took left, and when you guys should have all took the right side at the same time, because if your heavy's pressuring the left side, you guys should have free time to walk over right.
Right.
Your mid kind of was pretty passive on that mid, but I mean he's not gonna peek cliff. He's gonna get headshot from sniper potentially, so that's fine.
Do you think I like baited the players that walked in? Because I had like 70 health.
I think you went too fast when you did that initial damage, right? So when you did that initial damage, it could have been pretty. You could have been set up a little bit earlier, right? So
Right.
you hit that early damage main, right? And then you hit that second set of spam. When that damage, you heard that damage, you could have called that you want to pressure right with your damage. I did good damage, let's pressure right. And then if your heavy calls, he's gonna push left. Then you guys can try to sync up and take your fight from right side. And at the same time, while you're fighting right side, you can try to pressure the people concrete if there's anyone there too, right? So
right.
if we're looking at, like, from my perspective here, if we're looking at concrete right there could be like a mini or an NG there. Or if their soldier's not prepping for a bomb from either from like their cliff or like somewhere else, it would be good for you to set it up.
Right. Okay.
Alright, watch out for the sniper here. This is fine. Okay, I guess your scout wants to call for that solo. That's fine. Spider cloak on you. It's good you heard that though. Okay, so the Uber off cliff, right? If you're gonna lead on a scout like that, if your scout's gonna call that Uber, you guys should get buffs before, because it doesn't seem like you're gonna be getting much of a flasher if he's gonna go deep, right?
I don't think I knew he was soloing. I was just under the impression that we were gonna take space on the point, but
Okay.
I don't know.
So most of the time it's pretty streamlined how the Ubers are gonna go in product, right? So the way you want to set them up is you get buffs with your med. You kind of indicate who's not in the Uber, and whoever's leading it wants to decide if it's gonna be a solo on them or if they want to bring in like a pyro or a demo or like maybe even the medic or the scout who's taking could call the flash the heavy in, right?
Right.
Because most of the time the heavy is gonna set on cliff, right? On product, you don't really want him rotating the concrete too much unless you guys kind of want him on flank more. Either it be like you guys have a good core in your combo where like you guys don't take too much damage, you don't feed too much, and your heavy can rotate over, and you guys spy check pretty well. He can rotate over to flank like that. But if you're gonna have a scout lead that push really fast, you're gonna have to set up your players on cliff and your players coming in post Uber, right? Because what happened there is like you guys took the Uber, but you weren't even ready to take it or even pressure with the Uber, right? You basically got pushed out to 30 HP on your concrete,
Right.
and if that spy didn't kill you, like. Honestly, you should have died to anything at that point. Like, concrete players could have killed you because you didn't have point control yet. But
I
guess,
was
yeah,
pretty much convinced I was gonna die prior to me actually making it to grass.
Yeah. Sniper's dead right now. You guys are pressuring. That's good. Your scout's playing pretty forward. That's fine. You don't have to look at that soldier. Try to stick to the cliff next time. Your heavy's positioning's really good here. He kind of bailed you out there a little bit. If your heavy was too passive in that position, you did that and you turned around for that soldier, the people cliff in China could have killed you, right?
Right. I should just keep shooting at the people walking from slopes.
If you really want to go for the air shot or like to kill the soldier when he lands, just go for one pipe at least, or at most,
Right.
sorry, and then just focus on the people coming in from cliffside and on cliff and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a crits play, okay.
It's beef. It's beef.
You got a demo though. If you can kill the sniper, that's good too. No, that's okay. I'm not too sure if you called that crits yourself or your medic forced on you, but
I think I do remember calling it because I called for them to spot when they were dropping that into pocket. I think I just choked.
that's fine. I enjoy for my own crit streaks when I take them on this map. I enjoy kind of calling it. I will lead it, and I will call the percent. I will literally tell my med what percent we're gonna start walking in, and I tell them I tell them to use it early most of the time. This is a force play. That's good. You're not dying the snipers at all, so that's good.
It gets worse. I think he kills me like 6 times overall. But
Okay, that's fine. We'll see how we can figure that out. Okay, this is
I
good.
choke again. It's not good.
Okay. I mean, the timing of it was good. No, that's fine. So something I like to do as demo when I take crit screens on product is I actually like to shoot the sniper first. I get an early call where the sniper's playing, and then if I can charge a stick and shoot that sniper initially, if the med's not in position for my stickies, I can get that sniper and have my team push with me because the sniper's down.
Right.
Most of the time, crits, you want to just try to get kills with it. On both Koth maps, I think I'll explain it. So like, I think on Koth specifically, I think getting frags is pretty important over getting the med pick. If you're trying to leapfrog Ubers, it's a lot easier to leapfrog an Uber and have the cap already than kill their medic and have your medic, still alive, and they can just all bail out and kill you, right? Say you kill the medic and then the sniper kills you, you're down your demo and they still have heals up, but they still have the capture, right? So I think if you do like a front to back thing where you kill the people fighting you and then kill the people leaving, that's good too. But that's like that's kind of your job on demo. You're trying to shoot the people kind of stopping you guys from getting on capture, right?
Right.
So I prefer if you just shot the people in front of your team so you can have people support you afterwards instead of just like get that snipe on the med. Unless you have that early call on the medic already, then that's fine. Do you understand like that kind of difference?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I never thought like that in depth about it, but especially in regards to like shooting sniper first.
That's important, but again, it's
I
one
guess
second, so.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee that'll look like. I'll try it like tonight.
You can try it. Just you don't have to prioritize sniper, but like if you see an opportunity to kill their sniper with your crits, it's actually fine. It's like pretty important that the sniper's dead on this map, like the majority of the time, so your team can actually play the game. You use a lot of pipes. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know like how to say it very well. I like unconsciously use up all my 6 and then I use up all my pipes and then I have to remind myself that I should not be using pipes in certain situations, but by that time I just have no ammo anyway.
There's like a small timing window where like there's gonna be a window where like they're gonna come in, right? You gotta make sure you're loaded. If you want to spam all your sticks and your pipes when they're trying to leave, or like there's people staggering somewhere, go ahead. But if the minute that they're gonna come in, like the second rather, then you should have like at least 4 sticks loaded, at least 2 pipes loaded. Or if you have 0 pipes loaded, have 8 sticks loaded. That's fine, right? You don't want to be 0-0 on both, right? You want to kind of like say this is kind of how I would do it in a playstyle difference. I don't know if you kind of relate to this, but like personally, I like to spam pipes when I have sticks up somewhere. And that's when I spam pipes. But if I don't have sticks up, I always have my sticks loaded, right? So you have sticks right here. You have sticks on point. You should have already been watching these from like one side of the point, like either left or right, wherever the sniper's not watching. And at that point, when they're starting to come in, you spam pipes. And you already have sticks up, so right when your stick's dead, you can start spamming sticks again, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But you don't want to just go 0-0. You want to have at least 4 in your clip. It's like a soldier. He doesn't want to have one. A soldier doesn't want to have 0 in his clip, right? By the end of his bomb, because what if he wants to jump away, right? This sniper's playing this position way too much.
Yeah, I remember this position is the one that he kills me from every single time.
It's a hard position for your spy to do anything with, and your sniper can get an early call on it, but if that's the case, playing cliff is probably fine here. But if he's playing there, you should be able to just like play adjacent from that. This is fine. It's alright. So far the crits haven't been that great, but I think the way you're setting up is fine. I think the problem with it is just the angle you're taking your crits at, because you're kind of shooting them in an unknown position. Like he's in pocket, but cliffside's kind of hard to predict how far up cliffside he is. You know what I mean? Like if he's in pocket or if he's down cliffside, right? Like where you're standing right now, he could be like anywhere along this wall, right? So like he could be like in pocket or he could be down that little ledge. This whole area, if I could like outline it for you, this whole area is it's pretty tough for like to respam there. Unless you're on the other side. So where you took it was you mirrored them right here, where you were in front of pocket like this, spamming forward. How I would have did it is if I get an early call that he's playing pocket, I would actually just take it main instead, and I would have that have that spam angle already lined up, right?
Yeah, that actually seems like way better. If I were to just go main with like where my heavy and pyro like ended up after the crits, then I probably would have been able to shoot not only over the point but directly into pocket.
Yeah,
exactly. Just guessing where they were on slope.
So most of product is spam angles, right? And demo, you need to know spam angles. You need to know where to set up your traps on point. and there's a bunch of different spots you can put them. But honestly, spam angles for your stickies and your pipes. It's pretty good to know them. Like, you know how you know the angles to spam from like behind rock to their rock. You know the angles to spam from into their pocket from right of point. You know how to spam their cliff from like danger or caution, right? Like there's so many different angles you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay, the reason that we were selling crits is like I don't know. I guess I kind of just like lost track of the fact that we were selling crits because after every single crits, I died, but our med did not. So I guess they just, I don't know.
Honestly, if it comes down to it, your med can also just commit with your crits creek and die with you. If like you guys end up dying together, it's better to have a decent spawn wave with both of you and spawn Uber again than stay on crits for 2 minutes and just always be threatening the crits, right? Instead of like playing around Ubers instead. Because playing off a crits advantage when they have Uber is dangerous because if you don't get the medic or you don't get enough picks, it's awful.
Yeah.
So using pipes too much again. Yeah. I think more people should have rolled out with you guys main. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so I think right now, if you guys are gonna swap to Uber, hopefully, try to play on your stickies more, and then for pipes, if you're gonna spam pipes, make sure you have sticks loaded, and you can always trap forward as like a kind of a fail safe, right? You don't want to just like try to go for those glory pipes when you have 8 stickies loaded, because you're missing a lot of damage doing that. Okay, you guys have an initial pick here. You play off the pick pretty well. I'd have your heavy lead this push a little bit more. Remember, you're a mid-range class. You don't want to take it into them like that. You still have pipes or sticks loaded, but that's fine. You killed a heavy with that pipe. I have 1 loaded actually, damn. It might be kind of minuscule, like, for me to say like, you need more sticks loaded when you swap to your pipes, but try to do that more often. Go for the damage that's kind of guaranteed if they're sitting behind rock or sitting behind pocket, and you know, stagger their HP, but make sure you have sticks loaded. Don't like sink all 8 sticks doing the damage that's in downtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I am aware of that. I guess just when I'm playing, I just lose track of it on my own.
I think it's because the pacing of your guys' fights is kind of sporadic, where like I don't think you have a general caller who's gonna say we're gonna get ready to fight here. You know what I mean? I feel like the fights that happen are on a point, or when you guys are already trying to back up, right? So like the timing of this, if I can, it's like this, right? So you guys are fighting here. They have spawn waves coming up, and they have people already in, right? You're not doing insane amounts of damage where anyone can follow up off it, and you don't really have people who can just run over the other side of point and clean up those picks in their rock or their main, right? So what I suggest is, if you're going to be doing damage, go for the damage that's kind of staggering their HP, staggering their buffs. Don't try to commit all your stickies and all your pipes into them, right? The only time you really want to do that is if you have follow-up and someone calls that you can do that. You're playing just mid-range, you're playing to keep the control point and push them out if possible. You're not trying to kill them, you're trying to push them out of their position. Whether, you know, you guys are winning the fight, you're down people, just do that same damage kind of cycle where you're always spamming them, trying to stagger their HP a lot. You don't want to just like fully commit to getting kills. It's just gonna waste a lot of your ammo.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, most of the time it does end up, I don't know, getting me killed because I sort of forget that I could just eat my ammo, like, or use my ammo in a way that forces them out without killing them, but I don't die for it in turn.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, I just lose track of it.
No, it's fine. It's good to just kind of keep your life up more. I really feel like your life is really important on this map, obviously, because you're gonna output the most damage, right? So the minute you're dead, your team's gonna be losing out on all that damage, and they're gonna have so much more health advantage than you guys. Like every fight's gonna feel impossible. So, because even like the timing of it's gonna be like you're not doing damage to them initially when they walk in, so you're always gonna lose point when that stuff happens, especially against good teams. This kite was pretty decent. Staying in here is questionable. Alright, good job. Nice pipe. Right now you guys are just trickling numbers, but you have 3 picks. I guess it's an advantage. Your Uber's splitting a little bit, but you guys could get 3 kills, so it's okay. So right now we're just leapfrogging Ubers, so you guys know that they have advantage here, right? So they don't have a sniper, so you can play a little bit more aggressive. Your soldier just died, so that's potential concrete pressure that they could have right now. Like they could have like a soldier NG roll at concrete with like a sniper or a heavy. Some people rotate heavy concrete a lot, just to have that connector heavy. So right now,
my flank was talking about them doing that, just like shoving 1 or 2 extra people flank just to push them out when our soldier was dead. So
yeah,
I have to like be more conscious of shooting like to the right side of point, concrete, whatever.
Right. So you see that their med just died. He just respawned, but he just died. His third demo just died. So right now, I'd be taking a more aggressive stance on point, just to trap forward, just to hit people on cliff if there's anyone there. Anyone trying to peek cliff too early, you want to stagger those people, right? This is way too passive. We don't want to be behind pocket when they're down their combo, right?
I mean, I agree, but I was just, I don't know, their sniper constantly killing me from like the same 2 positions. I guess I was just nervous to step onto the point unless I knew that their sniper was dead.
I was also going to say that they could sack here, right? And they did, so. Because, remember, a lot of teams on product, if they see that their med dies, they're just going to walk forward, especially if they don't have capture, right? There's literally no bad outcome out of that, except if they somehow single feed in a sack wave, that's bad, but this is a this is good that you're taking this aggressive fight, but the heavy was uncalled. Oh, it's unfortunate. Okay. Like I said, you want to kind of go like in your fights. You want to fight the stuff that's close, and then fight stuff that's farther back after the stuff fighting close is pushed out or killed, right?
Yeah, I don't think I knew that their heavy was through connector. I at least at the time. I mean,
okay, so like no call on him, or?
Well, I just remember that someone called heavy connector as he pushed through it. So by that time, it was just too late.
So the cliff push here is kind of slow, right? This is a pretty shit Uber already, right? See, in the position that you had ad, right? In this, you had full ad right now, or like 70 ad or something like that. I think going cliff's awful, because here's the first problem is that anyone that's not on cliff is not buffed. They are going to be pushing into concrete, and last time you saw there was a player pushing aggressive through connector that killed you.
Right.
I would tell my
just become main.
I would tell my combo roll out main, play behind house, get Uber, try to Uber through main. While you call that, someone could try to call the sniper, or before you even call it, say, can we get a call on the sniper? We have ad, we want to push through main, right? And again, house is a good place to play because it's kind of a pivot where you want to go main or you want to go from cliff side, right? Playing off cliff is there's 2 things that could happen. One, you're going to early force. The second thing that can happen is even if you do try to walk it in, you could die to sticks. Or there's a chance you could drop somebody in the Uber because there's going to be multiple people in that Uber, right? That's just like a small if, right? That could happen, but this Uber sucks. Can we agree on that?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
So
I don't know why we instantly used either, but
okay, it's not even ad. So this wasn't even an ad situation. So using off cliff, they have 6 seconds more Uber. Your sniper gets 2 picks. You die here. So now they actually have numbers on you guys. You have no Uber to really, you had no really any Uber to pressure them outside of that Uber. Like no damage trading happened at all. It came down to you guys just leaving. Your med has to leave. Your power gets caught. Your med's.
I was gonna say, could I
low.
just like quickly tell you like my only concern with going through main?
Sniper.
That, I mean, I guess sniper, because a lot of times, I don't know, like most snipers when they're given a lot of space on the point like that, if they don't see our sniper, then they'll just like play on the rock. This guy just decided to be absurdly like passive, but not only is my concern the sniper playing on rock, or I don't know what people even call it, like the pixel, like to the like pixel spot you have from China that's not actually China,
above,
like the
it's
side
above
of it.
Japan.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that.
Yeah.
That and like it's such a small entryway that if you just have like 4 people flood through it, there's just so much spam that you would eat in the process. Like, so what would you? I don't know. Like, do you agree with that? Or?
So, how I remember doing it back when I was playing more in Highlander was you would actually just use straight through main like that. This was assuming that the Ubers were actually ad. So my general consensus was that it was ad when I said don't go off cliff and use instantly. In the situation that it's even like that, you do want to walk in, take rock position, kind of pocket stuff first, right? You don't want to just walk out main with an Uber. Nobody's set up on cliff. Nobody's set up on concrete, right? I think you guys thought it was ad. That's why you use off cliff like that.
We did. Yeah.
Yes, I thought it was ad too because it just seemed like just situation. But I think your med wasn't building, so bit harder to judge, right? Main is just really good if you have ad, because you can just use straight through with like a scout and have your demo just jump forward, and like, that was like more like what K&D used to do back in like earlier seasons, RGL into UGC era, right?
Right.
They would do the main Uber, and that was really good. Because Cliff just fucking sucks. Cliff sucks, and honestly, like, you can have people play Cliff and have that a player on Cliff like a heavy playing with his sniper if he wants to, and that's enough pressure from your Cliff. That's all you need, right? Sniper can rotate after that. Your heavy's playing Cliff full time, spy checking, whatever. I want my combo to be, for me, I want my combo to be more dynamic in the sense like they will have to spot us early to see where we will Uber from, and if they don't check where we're actually running through, we have more space at that point, and we actually will have a better time of forcing them. And then we also have better space to kite, because we can kite to our Cliff players, right? So if we Uber through main, and they try to come into us right, and we rotate to the left after the Uber fades, and we have that post-Uber fight to worry about, we have people Cliff to support us, right? But if we Uber over caution into them from Cliff instantly, and they exchange, then what we're worrying about is that Cliff player dying, right? That Cliff player will have to back up, or he'll die to the Uber, because they have 6 seconds more Uber than you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you Uber through main, or you have the slimmest timing to walk through main, you can do that. But if you feel like the sniper is uncalled on their China, walking up cliffside is much better. Like, you can walk over cliffside instead of walking from cliff. It's way easier.
I guess that's another thing is, at least with this season and my previous 2 seasons where I played demo, is like I was much more, I don't know, the way that I played was much more fearful of sniper, I guess. So yes, I think that's why 90% of the time, I mean, even on my old team last season, that was in my first season of Advanced, they just told me, like, stop going Cliff every single time. So I had to, like, forcefully teach myself to go main. But I don't know. Right. Like I said, I guess it's just because their sniper keeps playing in, not on their Cliff, but on, like, the metal sheet next to it. And that was really the only place I thought I was safe, is if I went hard Cliff.
See, right now you're peeking that sniper angle actually really aggressively. I don't know if you were watching that. You were, like... You were actually ADing right there for 3 seconds while he was staring at you, right? When in reality, if you back up just a little bit, you can actually arc spam over and hit rock and pocket, or even if you get an early call while the sniper's playing, you can actually hit that sniper too, right?
What do you mean? Like, do you mean... I mean, I was standing on the point aggressive more so towards dog bread. So you mean, like, standing further back shooting into pocket without directly peeking him, or?
Yeah, not directly peeking him, but you still have the same amount of spam and the angle's still open for you there, right? Because remember, you're not the one that's going to be standing on point, right? The play on point is going to be you tank a scout to get capture, they fight you, you as a demo meet them halfway, or meet them when they're fighting your cap player, and you trade spam with them, right? And that's going to be a sequence, and that's going to happen a lot, like a cycle, right? Where you have an eye on their combo, you spam their combo, you have someone trying to edge cap when there's downtime, when there's no Uber trades about to happen. They rotate to hit your player on cap, trying to cap, right? As a demo, your job, and you're not going to be the main focal point of this push. Your job as a demo is just to pressure them away from your cap player, where they have to overextend in order to actually play into you guys more, so they don't get spammed as hard. Because, you know, if you AD and spot like you just did, you're going to get way more damage than if you were pushing directly into them, or you're playing in a position back where they can't hit you as easy, right?
So when I'm... No, you can go.
If you're in that middle ground where like you're in their angle of spam and you're in a sniper's line, that feels more dangerous, right? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So at least in that push, when I'm trying to like initiate us into retaking the point, I should just like, I don't know. I mean, it may seem obvious. I guess I'm just not getting it, but like I should probably just be playing for spam, allowing my players to edge the point, because if my players are edging the point, then they literally have to send someone onto it to stop it.
Yeah, exactly. So don't think of it as you're initiating, right? In reality, it's going to be a battle of who has better health and who has that positioning over the other team. You're not initiating shit. You're not like walking in to fight them while they have cap. You're not walking in order to set up that fight for your team. What you're doing is setting up that damage trade for your team, where you are going to be healthier than them because their demo has to get an arrow, or their demo is not able to fight that person on capture. And you can always back up to that heavy on cliff. You can always back up to your medic behind rock. During this time, we're calling the sniper and we're calling the spy's positioning. If he's crossing, spy crossing, we're calling that. And if we're aware spy's already behind, during that downtime while we're spamming and there's no Ubers, we're calling spy cross timing, and we're also calling sniper positioning, and we're calling how much damage you're individually doing. And this is for you, right? Your damage is important, so you're calling in that downtime, hey, I'm doing a lot of damage to their combo. Or, hey, big damage on their combo. Demo's at 100, right? And then, since your scout's going to be calling a lot, it seems like, for you guys, I can tell because he's taking Ubers a lot more often, he will play off that and just try to cap off that damage, right? That's all that needs to happen. You don't have to You don't have to like go past that. That's as simple as that. Just play the capture, trade spam, force them to Uber into you if they're low enough, and then you'll have a better Uber because you're hitting that damage. You're not dying for it, right?
Right.
Does that all kind of make sense and go in line with
No,
what I'm saying?
it does make sense. I guess I'm just sort of only now that you're going over it. I guess I realized that I just play way more for making my own space
Yeah.
and trying to not necessarily chase them for kills, but just I feel like I focus way too much on getting kills rather than just making space for my team, and it
Yeah.
just ends up working against me.
Most of the time, kills will be given to you, right? Because if you're doing damage and you're trading efficiently and actually not having that negative damage trade where you're eating like way more damage than you're doing,
Right.
kills will be given to you, or it doesn't even matter. Your team will win off of that damage you're doing. And how, as a good main caller, if you are calling on demo more often, you set up your holds where you're playing behind rock and you're playing on cliff with a heavy and you're playing your demo walking up cliff, right? You can actually have different things you can do with that kind of playstyle you would have is like set up your connector players more. You can have your sniper rotate to peek their combo when you're trying to fight point, right? Your scout who's taking the beam will have an easier time getting buffed and keeping that capture without eating too much damage, which means you'll get buffed more. And
Right.
it makes it so your pyro, who's not eating too much damage, hopefully, can spy check easier. Your engineer will be able to set up a mini on concrete because they're backing up in that timing that you're hitting them for like 400 damage a second, right? To their whole combo. That's just a smarter way of approaching it. And then it's people like your soldier could just bomb off your damage if it's that downtime where there's no Ubers happening. You could call that. Someone could call that, right? This positioning is questionable from your whole team. Okay, whatever. It's fine. You live. Okay, you see why you guys lost that mid, right?
Man, I don't know. I remember like the first 2 seconds of the mid, there were like 3 sticks on me. Then someone called that the sniper was Cliff, so I was scared to walk to the right side, scared to walk to the left side, and by the time I did walk to the left side, I was just too late and ended up doing 0 damage.
Ooh, good bomb. Okay, that was a good bomb. Good follow up. They're your med dad, so that was good. What I was trying to refer to is your whole team was playing in front of danger, so like, oh fuck, I wish I could show you, but basically in front of cliff right there, right? So
Right.
don't
Danger,
right?
what you just called dog bread?
Danger is
like
dog bread, caution tape in front, the left side of point where the ammo is, right?
Yeah. Okay.
On your left, like your whole team fell there, and you were still in the process of damage trading. Your whole team was taking the same damage. Your med dies to a pipe, right? He's trying to air you guys. He's trying to tank you guys. He doesn't have the time to worry about his own position at that moment. He's gonna worry about it. But he can't because you guys are fucking losing the fight, right? So set up your guys' fights better. Your main caller, whoever that'll be. If you have 3 callers in your combo, that's fine. Designate your roles where you guys are gonna stand. Designate who's gonna get tanked. Like if you want to get tanked, tank me. I'm gonna fight point, right? Your scout's gonna, if your scout wants to cap, tell your team, let's take our scout edge cap. Work out.
Yeah, just I guess like real quick, if you could pause before we skip too much.
Okay.
In regards to that mid, once I had actually started fighting through caution, dog bread, whatever you called it, by the time that I did get there, once I hit their heavy for like 100-ish, and I saw he either died or got pressured out, once I saw that my heavy and pyro and scout were more forward than I am, but I was like 60 HP, I told them that like I could just like, I don't know, and this might have been entirely wrong on me, but I literally just like told my med to like tank them, because in that moment when I started backing out, like after I had done the initial damage on the heavy, in the moment where I was backing out sitting in pocket, I'm not actually fighting anyone, and no one's really looking to clean up on that damage anyway, because my team had controlled the point. They were just sitting behind rock.
Yeah.
So I told my medic to just tank the people that were walking forward and just sort of like forget or wait about me until we can kill the people via the people that were in front of me. So would you agree with what I said? Like I don't really.
I do understand.
I don't
like,
know how to like word that.
If you're fighting right and you're not actively fighting, and you have people that are actively fighting, your med will want to tank them more than you, right? Because you're not actually doing anything. Realistically, you're reloading and backing up, right? That's what you're saying. That's fine.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: the positioning of that fight was dog because dog shit, right? Because like what happened was you had your pyro and your heavy standing right there. And how mid fights you want to kind of set them up is if you're doing that initial damage, you get that heavy, great, right? Take a second. Just take a second and call the fight, to call the refight, right? Because you did that damage. Mind you, it was really aggressive. You were playing on the left side of point super aggressively. in a world where like their heavy is not that aggressive and he peeks you like that, and he dies instantly like that. What if their heavy played Cliff and you were doing damage? You walked in to do that damage. You didn't kill anything, and he peeked off a cliff and killed you, right?
And just instantly, yeah.
That's gonna happen a lot, especially against a lot of teams in Invite, specifically if you ever end up playing an Invite, which, you know, I'm assuming that's your aspiration. You're gonna be playing Invite demo at some point, potentially.
Yeah.
Their heavy's not gonna let you do that, right? He's gonna keep most heavies try to keep their crit heals, and most of the time they're not gonna give you that free pick. Because how fights should be set up is they're gonna be kind of going off a timing where, okay, their demo's not loaded. Oh, he's actually really low. Let's try to push off that. And then the heavy tries to drop down, and then he pushes. He takes that damage sponge roll when they take the push. Their demo's right behind him, right, not taking the same damage. That's the position. That's the time where you would kind of want your heavy doing right there, right? You would want your medic to heal your heavy there, and you back up and try to support him, right?
Right.
But that wasn't necessarily the case for you, because you backed up after getting that kill. You got 60 health, but you guys are all standing right here, right where your pyro's standing. So like, honestly, like, there was no real push right there at that moment. If you waited a sec, got rebuffed, and then went, it would have been way better.
So I should have just like waited to get a bow and then walked with the rest of my team rather than just saying I'm out.
Well, no, you can back up, but your team has to play into that push a lot better. They can't just like drop in and immediately start pushing. They need to, like, you gotta clear your front. You gotta make sure you're not eating the same damage. Tank your heavy too. That's actually fine. If your heavy wants to get tanked, he'll feel more confident in peeking that with you guys.
Right.
Not even about confidence, more about like actual just positioning. Like, it's better. So right now they're down at a soldier, you're down a spy. You have no calls. Your position here is not the worst. Your sniper died, so right now you're looking for an Uber exchange. See that timing where you backed up after getting that arrow and they were already trying to fight you?
Yeah. I just let them onto the point for free because I did that.
Yeah, exactly. You gave them that point, and that's why. Those are good pipes, though. That's why it's important that you don't back up like that. You keep your ground. You trap forward. Delay their push for your team to set up again, right? Because you kind of had like you died for that basically because like you basically just all in and failed, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. My thought process was that like I don't see their sniper. They're not in pocket yet. And as soon as my sniper died, that just so happened to be when I was sitting behind rock. So as he dies, they realize that I'm not like I don't know. I guess the only reason I did that is because my sniper died and I was scared to peek out knowing that I didn't have anyone to counter theirs. Excuse me.
Again, you're trying to initiate too much, right? Just fight the people in front of you. Try to help your guys get on point, right? Have someone on cliff, and that's all you need. You don't need to be the first person in. You're being kind of greedy here. I was going to compliment the beginning of this fight just now. You fought that really well. You hit that angle through pocket side from main. You killed the engineer. Great. They're going to try to restabilize because their health is shit. And you still have all your numbers. So right now, you're going to be baiting the cap here, right? Your scout's going to get it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, who gets it? Okay, you feed one. That's fine. They're still down 3, right? You're still peeking. You're still playing aggressive. This is pretty good. You're not trying to peek the sniper here. You're just trying to set up stickies. See, you guys are constantly fighting, right? In reality, they were down 3. You're gonna peek for their combo, but your soldier's in right now. I don't know why he's in. You guys should have been spy checking on that downtime because the spy didn't die, right? You could have just.
My job or just my heavy's job?
This is more of a general thing for everyone, and I want you to key onto it as something you want to bring up with your team or whatever.
Right.
Your job right here is you guys know they're out. You can just trap forward, calling spy time, like for your whole team for you if you want to do that, or your team could be like, they're down 3, spy's still up, right? Check for spy, look for spy, spy time, and then your team's looking for the spy. Your sniper just died while you lost your pyro. Your pyro couldn't spy check, right? They're not even in, right? Your soldier's forcing a fight on cliff. They're not even in yet. You can set up sticks and looking more cautiously for the spy. But you guys are just always fighting. Like, your scout and you were fighting a little bit. Your med was trying to reset in pocket, but you guys should have just be resetting your HP and getting buffs. This exchange, this actually isn't that bad of an exchange. You pressure the sniper out, that's good. I think your pyro's trying to get in this Uber. Hopefully he doesn't. Okay, his positioning's fine. Okay, now you guys leave. Still playing down numbers. That's a good pipe onto the NG. Find your med. Nice, you saved your med's life. Nice. Okay, you have a spawn wave coming up. Honestly, I think your sniper should have waited before you fought the other sniper. That's fine though.
Yeah, I mean he was kind of getting a little bit quiet. Probably should have just waited because he literally had no one to support him or a buff. So.
It's okay. It's okay to peek Cliff here. You're kind of avoiding the sniper sightline, so this is fine to play Cliff. Now you're more confident because your sniper's alive, you have people up. He just killed the sniper, so what are you doing? You're edging point, right? Take your scout. You spy check for yourself, that's good. Kind of aggressive though. I try to default to playing behind rock more instead of into the main area because that's a way easier sightline for their demo to hit than behind rock, right?
I think I positioned myself to the right side because I wanted to avoid their, like, I don't know.
Well, anyway, it doesn't even really matter because remember, the sniper is dead. It doesn't really matter what side of point you even peek from, right? The sniper died.
Right, yeah.
So you can actually just rotate either side and you'll be fine, right? That's like nitty gritty stuff, but actually it does matter a lot if you think about it. Just, you know, not losing HP for no reason. You're gonna deny your sniper, that's fine. Honestly, it's okay, they're down 3, so as long as you guys play around your sniper coming back up. Bit of aggressive positioning again, that's fine though. Okay, so again, so let's just talk about, so they remember, you gotta know that timing when they push in, right? You're not ready for them to push in, so they actually have way more space than they should, right? They can peek both sides right there. They didn't commit to it, because I think your sniper or spy got a pick or something, so that's fine. Honestly, the best way I play demo is just kind of AD, wait a second, reload, and pivot to whatever side they play into, so I don't have to guess and just spam one side, and then they come in right after I'm done spamming, because, you know, every team will try to count how much spam is coming into them, right? Once the demo stops the spam, it's probably because he's reloading, so we're just gonna, so it's gonna be even. No, they have ad here. So their med got backstabbed. Your sniper and your spy are getting a lot of picks right now. So you guys are playing aggressive here, even though they have ad. That's fine. Their med is still alive. He's low. Oh, it's okay. That's fine.
Is it right for me to aggress into them there? I realized that not only was their sniper dead, but their pyro was dead. So when they do, like, not only did I think I had enough space on the point because of the lack of a sniper, but I just saw all of them funnel in through main, and they had no pyro to deny any of that. But I just sent them down to a scout anyway. So
well, let me get you thinking like this: how aggressive do you need to play in that position, right? Where do you need to place your body in a fight like that to secure kills, right?
I could probably hit the exact same spam without actually being
exactly
like deep into their side.
Yeah, you can literally just stand still in the most safe position in that fight and do the exact same damage and have someone else in your team commit. If you commit, right. That's called committing right there. You committed for that damage. You don't have to commit for damage most of the time.
It's just not worth it anyway.
Yeah, you literally just need to sit in a position where you know the angle of spam their combo wherever they're playing. Their pyro is dead. That's free fucking damage if they decide to stay in. Your soldier was in with you. In fact, he died like a little after you, and that's not good either, right? If he died after you did, that opposite rolls, right? You want to have your soldier commit off your damage, get that early fucking forest. You can stay alive, or you can commit for more damage and kills if you feel like you guys can get spawned in time for the refight, right?
Right.
If you sat right next to caution or right on kind of in front of your side of point, kind of, and your soldier crossed from right through connector side, easiest forest without dying, right? Like no problem. That was easy.
Right.
This is fine. Like, you have 27 seconds. You have OT. You don't have any OT though. OT like the capture on the point.
Yeah.
You are feeding your spy, so you have no early calls. So right now I'd be calling where that sniper killed him from. Get your buffs on Cliff. Kill people forward and try to get someone to edge cap in a sec here because it's gonna be close.
Yeah. We lose this round, so after that,
yeah,
it's 8-25.
That's okay. Honestly, you taking this forward is fine. You were confident in that peak. That's okay. You knew you were gonna die to the sniper there. This is actually really good. They're so far back. So you cap here. Huge damage. Play into them right now, right? Play into them way more than this. Your whole team should be in right now, honestly. Way more aggressive. Like, your pyro could be committing right here. Okay, well, they just used straight in afterwards. Okay, so you had more. You guys had way more space to stay in there. I would have been calling super aggressive for my team to stay in. I hit 4 pipes into the dispenser pocket like area. I yell at my team, stay in here. Doesn't matter what your HP is, you stay in there, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That's dead. Okay. I think for the most part, I think the main thing is like you gotta worry about your positioning more. And you gotta realize, you know, demo is more of a mid to long range class, not a close range class like a heavy would be, right?
Right.
Your role is to kind of, you're not deciding the pace of the fight unless it's based off your damage and your team can play off it on Koth. Your job as a demo on this map specifically is, you know, get the kills that's given to you because people are peeking your spam, but also just make sure your ammo's loaded, and you're ready to fight them when they come into you, right? Especially if you don't have the point, they will fight you if they still have the point. They're gonna wait for you to keep peeking them. They're gonna wait for an opportunity to get on you when they have capture to fight you again, stagger you, and potentially get picks on you if you're staying in, and then that fucks up your time even more, right? Same
Right.
thing, but the same thing could be said on offense. Because honestly, whoever has the point, the fight should play out the same. Except the defending team's gonna be playing a little bit more passive, playing around picks, and playing around their damage calls better, right? For the offensive team, you're trying to recapture that point. So all you need to do is play damage trade on demo in a sequence where you're spamming them, you're really loading, and you're gonna be ready for them to push back into you, and you're kind of having people play capture a lot more, right? Right now,
Yeah.
you're playing way too into them, and I think it's better that your DM's good actually. So what you need to do is abuse that. Abuse the fact that you can play smarter than them in terms of your positioning, and you don't walk straight into people and let them do like 150 damage to you. Bait those people into you more, so you can do that damage to them more often because you know that they're going to do it, right?
Yeah.
I think the smarter play for the smarter player is to just take the position that makes sense, hit the damage that's free, and in your head, you know when they're going to start peeking you, right? Most of the time, it's pretty streamlined when they're going to peek you, so that's important. I think you guys have some good groundwork for your combo because you have like a heavy and a scout and a medic who I think they're all on the same page for the most part. What's missing is like if you could call a bit more of what you want to do as your class in terms of like playing point, getting people to edge while you spam, and not dying early in fights. That's important. And when it comes to sniper, I think you can roll out Cliff if you want to avoid sniper if your sniper is unable to peek him.
Right.
But like I said, try that main Uber where you can go through main and have people roll out Cliff after the post Uber, because most of the time you're gonna get the Uber trade, right? There's like a 15%, 20% chance you don't force them at all, but you can still play around that if you don't force them, right? But if you have people ready to fight with you on Cliffside or behind you, coming into the Uber, way better than just having your Uber come Cliff. They come into you Cliff, you lose people Cliff, and you have to back up Cliff, right? Like that makes sense, right? Like that you don't want to just fucking force
Yeah.
a team like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't even know if we're scoring product tonight, but I guess I don't know, the biggest things, especially in terms of like approaching like a retake, that I want to try at least tonight, were like pushing it through main way more.
Yeah.
And I think the more that I ask you to like demo review other maps, you will see that the issue you went over like in regards to me stepping onto the point thinking the demo is a close range class when I could do the exact same damage with much less risk.
Yeah, a lot less
That's
risk,
a
yeah.
very like common theme. So I guess those are like, I don't know. I think considering that's present in like every single map, spam angles. I actually talked to someone about it. The demo that I played against in this team, or this like team was like a ringer. You played like challenger last season or something.
Mm-hmm.
I need to take spam angles into like much more into account, I guess, because I could literally get everything that you were talking about, except without dying for it. So.
Okay, I'm gonna end this recording.